Okay guys, we are back and it is Sunday Funday. So if you want to know what I did here on Friday, May 30th, I went out to our big automotive swap meet for us down in the Lower Mainland. It used to be, it's weird, I've been going to it for so long. I remember going to it when it was in Coquitlam, then Cloverdale, and Cloverdale was the place to be. 4 buildings, whole outdoor grounds, people barbecuing and drinking beers and having a good time and tons of parts and all. Then it moved out to the Trade-X. Trade-X kind of left it alone. I kind of thought, well, we'll wait and see where it went. And it was never as big as Cloverdale. The vibe was different. The Trade-X had their own rules and own ways they wanted things run. And, you know, they didn't like you barbecuing food. They didn't like you having drinks. And I don't know. So they kind of scared them all off. And, of course, went back to Cloverdale. This was the first year back at Cloverdale. And I guess for me, you know, in my mind, I kept visualizing the old Cloverdale swap meet. I think maybe a lot of us did out there. And I kept thinking it's going to be like that, going to be like that. And it wasn't. It was on a different area of the fairgrounds there. It was one great big building, a big indoor building, which was really set up good. But the outside area didn't seem the same to me. I don't know. It seemed smaller, but maybe I'm wrong. They had 300 stalls or booths or whatever rented out, so that's good. So that's quite a bit. But I still had a good time. The BCHRA, I believe that, anyway, the British Columbia Hot Rod Association, they were doing it, and they did a very amazing job. And I'm just glad that the swap meet is still here. It's not gone, because everybody was like freaking out when Trade-X was like no more. And you know, like I say, when I heard it was going back to Cloverdale, I was super excited, visualizing old days, which that's my own problem. I shouldn't have thought about that. That was, you know, over 20 years ago. Things change. But it was a good swap. I didn't find a lot there. I would go again. I mean, I'll go to any swap meet. I won't not miss them. I like to go to them. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess there's just a little bit of me that just was so counting on the old days that it just wasn't that. But it was still a fun time, and I'll show you what I got. So, not a lot, actually. Not a lot. I bought these, you know, again, for your fan spacers going behind for when you're doing your pulleys and all that kind of stuff, you know, on your water pump. So those were a good buy. So I grabbed them. You can buy them all day long at the parts store, but this guy was asking like nowhere near what they want at the parts store. I think I paid $5 for those, brand new in the box. Then I got all these chrome brackets. I don't care if they're chrome or not. I like any kind of brackets. I always buy brackets because you never know when you're customizing and building engines what brackets you need. And I paid $20 for all them. And they're not used. They're new. $20 for all of them. And then the only other thing I got was, it's like a napkin dispenser. Whoop, that one just popped out, there we go. Well, let me push this back in. Oh my God, get in there, old girl. Anyway. Wow, you can't get that in right now. We'll fix that in a second, but look at this. It's for matches. Holds matches. There's matches in there. You put a penny in, and the matches come out. Isn't that cool? And see, it sits. Still a penny in there. Sits on a table, like in a restaurant. I thought that was so cool. So I got that. Here, I'll show you what else I got. Let me just, you know, I'm going to clean the screen off this camera because it's just filthy, and we'll show you the rest. Don't know if that looks any cleaner or not. Maybe it's just a screen. Anyway, so that's all I got at the swap meet. So then, garage sale time. Woohoo! Wife and I go garage selling. Guy gave me these old mud flaps. Why would he take those, Rick? Why would you want them? First off, they'll clean up. Do you put mud guards on your car? No, fuck, I don't put mud guards on my car. But I just remember these from the day. You know, I just remember them. I don't know. I'm just going to hang them on the wall. He gave them to me for free. Thermometer. One of the ones you can move around, put on your house. Pretty cool. Bought another staple gun for the shop. $3 for the brand new box of staples. That's worth more than that. Got this for the bar. Lamb's Palm Breeze Light Rum. That's pretty cool, eh? It's a display for the bar. Got this old thermometer on the side there. Own Your Own. Feed Star. Ontario. I don't know, I just like the picture because it's farming. And I like farming. I'm not a farmer, but my grandpa was. And that's how I was raised, was on farms. These old cans, $2 each. Valvoline. This one's got a bunch of valves in it. Old valves from engines. You know, Pacific 66, Gulf, Castrol, Prestone antifreeze, Sherwin-Williams. Look at this mirror I picked up garage sailing also. Isn't that cool? Never been on a car. What's this say under there? JOMA. I don't know. But that is cool. Almost looks like an Oldsmobile or a Oldsmobile. It reminds me of an Oldsmobile rocket. Something you put on an Olds rocket. Pretty cool. You know, your old sex lights or lights that truckers use up in the windshield to keep the headlight glare down. BCAA plaque. Not even broke. Motorcycle headlights. Help me out here. The one I want you guys to help me out on is please. Okay, I'm going to take good pictures of this. Well, not pictures, but there it is from the backside. There it is down below. Okay. Trying to go as slow as I can without dropping this goddamn thing. Watch me drop it. Now that looks like cracks in the lenses, but it's not. This is guide, obviously. And down below it says guide. And it says passing lamp. Now this may not be from a motorcycle. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm trying to read what else it says. Let me see. I can't quite. It just says made in USA. Yeah, that's all it really says. Help me on that one, people. I've never seen a guide with like the bulb is in behind. The lens is separate. This lens piece is separate. With those 4 lines on it. Maybe somebody will recognize that. I'm going to do some research on it myself. This old plaque. I like things to hang on the wall. Lock attachment. Axle. Vancouver. Axle capacity. It's kind of neat, right? And then here, we'll take this into the bar. I'll show you what else we got for the bar. Got other stuff too, garage sailing. We're always getting stuff garage sailing. Kills. Mosquitoes, moths, roaches, ants, flies. Whatever else might fall into your drink. My wife picked this up. Another one. Remember, this is the wife in our bar, so we get to do what we want in here. She gets to do what she needs to. Miller, highlight, light, lights up. Little picture thing. This is modern, but whatever. Put a picture of Jess and I in there. Now this is really cool. Look at this. The gun comes out. Isn't that neat? That's really cool. And this is your to turn the light on. Works great. Works really good. So that's bar stuff. I don't know. I think that's all. Oh, we got this. I might have already hung it up. Something's happened here. It's gone cockeyed. Or maybe it's just... No, it's me. Oh, God, I shouldn't have touched it. I thought it was crooked and it wasn't. Cowboy picture. It's kind of cute. Yeah. So we grabbed a few things. We're always looking for stuff for the bar. It never ends. Oh, I got this this light. This light here. It's been wired. And you plug it in and it works. So I was thinking about mounting that somewhere out the bar somewhere. And, you know, I'll put the plug on a switch. And what I'll do is I'll tell all my friends when they're coming over, I'll see, you know, I invite people over. I don't just have people stop here and drink and that. I don't do that. I don't have time for that shit. But when I do have beer 30s, I can say, hey, when you guys show up, if the red light's on, the drinks are flowing. And that's what we'll do. And everything we got, I know this isn't a big deal, but when the bar's open, you can see I put a roll-up door here to keep my Model A in there in the winter. When I open the door up in the summertime, which we do when we're drinking, I got this thing here. It's a fire pit. Alright. And it looks like an old barrel. And the 20-pound tank just goes right underneath there. And it works like a hot dam. Works great. So we're going to, you know, when we have the beer 30s, we'll move that out a bit. And when the evening rolls around, we'll light the old fire. Let her go. Another thing I picked up here too was the whole front windshield area of a 32 Ford. Some of these people nowadays, they can't find a 32 Ford, so they're taking Model A's and, you know, putting 32 Ford windshields on them and firewalls. I mean, I put a firewall on mine, a 32 Ford, because I like the firewall. Some people are trying to make Model A's look like a firewall, and some guys have done a damn good job of it. You'd never know. A lot of work, money, time, but hey, it's fun. It's not an original 32 Ford they built, but they had fun doing it, so let them be. Who cares? All right, grabbed a few more milk cans. Got a couple more milk cans. They're new. Yeah. And I'm pretty certain that is all I've got to show you right now. So that is what we got going on here right at the moment. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where I'm going to begin this day and what I'm going to do. I'm obviously going to put some of this stuff away because I don't want it laying out here. And yeah, then we'll go from there. We'll start the video again. We'll see where we're at. Sorry I'm not doing that many videos right now, guys. Like I said to you, Sunday Fundays are usually for me October to the end of April. It's now May. Once May rolls around, the wife and I are gone almost every second weekend. We're gone somewhere. We're just gone away. Or if we're not, and if we are here, we're garage sailing, or we're just enjoying time in our backyard, or we're working on the place, setting stuff up. And it's just hard in the summertime. Spring and summer is very hard. So I'm trying my hardest to get out here on Sunday Fundays. These videos may seem boring. I'm showing you what I bought. Maybe Sunday Funday now becomes more of a show and tell Sunday Funday. I don't know. But I am going to work on my cars a little bit. I just don't film it too much because what I'm doing is only like an hour's worth of work. But hey, it's kind of boring. But I'll do my best to keep these going for you. Definitely keep the shop updates going on. It's hard to do that even because in the summer is when we are jam-packed. Spring and summer, we're just jammed here. Like we got anywhere from 11 to up to as much as 15 jobs on the go here at once. That's not a lie. I think right now there's 9 jobs here right now, and I've got 5 jobs coming in starting, no, 10 jobs here right now, and I've got 4 jobs coming in starting Tuesday to Friday. So 14 jobs will be on the go here by the end of Friday. So a lot of work. So it's hard to film. You're working. It's funny, you think these people would build their cars in the winter and in the fall, but they don't. They all come to me in the spring and throughout the summer, and then winter kind of dies down a bit for me. In the wintertime, I always have a minimum 6 jobs, a maximum 8 jobs on the go. And when I mean winter, I mean like around November. From November till the end of March, that's what I got, 6 to 8 jobs. I consider that quiet. It worries me because I'm used to having so many in the spring and summer. But that's right, that's how many jobs we got here. And that's amazing for like it's a 4-person crew. That's pretty good. And I'm not here on Mondays. Remember that. Okay, I'm going to put this down and figure out what we're doing. Okay, well, I got a few things put away here. That's coming along on this Sunday Funday. I put the Prestone antifreeze can up top there. I put the Sherwin-Williams OK paint can over there. You know, what I've also gotten done, I blew all the shop out. Do it once in a while. Blew it out, vacuumed off the rugs, cleaned it out. Went underneath all these benches all the way along, because it's been almost a year. Pulled everything out and I vacuumed it behind everything. And I tell you, holy God, probably filled the vacuum a good quarter full. Just metal shavings, crap, everything. Found so many paint lids, it's unbelievable. Now I've got my car turned around here. You all remember we got this side done. Alright, that's first roughing a bodywork, which Sean's roughing, like I say, is 75% there. You could actually paint it if you wanted, it's that good. Now we're going to strip this quarter, get all this stripped, and get that rocker panel done, and then that way we'll get all this done. Alright, I just don't like leaving things in bare metal too long. Luckily I've kept it in this room here where it's kind of warmer. So we got that. I also hung up the old thermometer kind of picture thingy here. I got cool pictures up here and there. I'm making it so when you go into every room, it's like stepping back in time and cool shit to look everywhere. That's what I'm trying to do. That's my goal here. And it's taken me a long time. You know, I've been gathering shit forever and ever and ever and ever. And I just don't want to sell stuff. Yeah, I'm just, brings me joy. Brings me joy. And like I say, I think when I get older and I can't work on cars anymore, when the old arms and knees aren't working anymore, well then, maybe I'll start selling some of my trinkets off at swap meets and listening to the other guys' stories. But with my luck, maybe by then, these guys won't even be building these cars anymore, and all this stuff I bought will be worth nothing. But the good news is I bought it all when it was cheap anyway, because I knew a long time ago. Most of the stuff you see up here I bought 20 to 30 years ago, because I knew then it was going to be worth the big bucks, and it sure is. I mean, I've got some grills up here that I paid $200 for that are going all day long for $1,500 right up to $2,000, and I paid 200 bucks back in the day. So anyway, not bragging, just sharing it with you. So now I think I'm going to, oh, and you notice I got the cab is down off of here for the 72 Chev. The gentleman came and got that. We loaded it up onto his frame. We bolted it down. We did that this morning. So had a little bit of an interruption on Sunday Funday, but that's okay. Trying to get stuff cleaned up because I've got some plans for later this afternoon here. But I'm getting there. I'm rolling right along, and it's not even lunchtime yet. Okay, well, that's all I got for you right now. See you later in a bit. Okay, I gave my 58 Ford here a little cleanup. Gonna go cruising with the boys tomorrow. We have a cruise planned. Whoops, sorry guys, just turning the radio down here, get in trouble. So we got a cruise planned out for tomorrow, so I'm gonna take the old beast out. Try and take the 58 one Monday, take the wife's wagon another Monday. Try and drive them. You gotta drive them. You don't drive them, the seals dry up, everything goes for shit, right? So there we go. So I think that's what's going on now. I gotta do some shelving work next here now. So there's for the bar. We were running out of space in the bar because we were collecting up so much stuff. The wife and I need to put another shelf up. I'm going to put it across the back there under the sign that says no minors. So I'm going to go get my tiger torch and burn the wood and then put it up there. So I'm not going to bother showing you that stuff. You're not interested in that. But that's what's going to happen next. And then I got this light. This light works off a plug. I'm going to put it on a timer. And I'm going to just going to plug it in down here. I've got a plug around the corner, my shop here. I'm going to put a red bulb in there. And actually not a timer. I'm going to put it on a switch. And every time the bar's open, I'm going to flick the switch, and if the red light is on, that means the bar is open for service. So anyway, you can see right now I'm walking in the bar. Going to try and finish up what I got to finish up here for the day, get my shelving up with my wife, have a good time doing that. Then her and I are going to sit and have a wobbly pop in the bar, and then we're going to work our way to the front deck, have a glass of wine on the front deck. Then we're going to take off and go for a bike ride, tour Greendale a bit. Then we're going to come home, have a barbecue. Then we might have a fire outside in our backyard and sit on our back deck, and yeah, by that time, who knows? Then it's time to head in the house. It'll be probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. Watch the old boob tube for an hour and call it a night, be in bed by 10 and be cruising by 11 or noon tomorrow. I'll see y'all later.